Instagram video that Gary Russell put out there, it didn't make a lot of sense. Russell said, all right, I got an offer sheet from you, but it doesn't say that Matchroom's going to buy it. It doesn't say if DAZN is going to buy it. I can say unequivocally that Matchroom wants Gary Russell versus Devin Haney, and DAZN wants Gary Russell versus Devin Haney. So if you're Gary Russell, the clock is ticked. If you want that fight, Gary Russell, you've got to go out there and seize it, accept the terms of the deal, and get in the ring with Devin Haney.
Why don't you guys give Russell exactly what he wants, which is DAZN and Matchroom printed on the term sheet?
DAZN and Matchroom is on the term sheet.
My understanding is, well, this is what he said. The reason why I haven't signed the contract, because I'm not about to sign things that bonded me to something that's not 100% legit. What is not 100% legit?
I have no idea what he is talking about. That's not legit, because there is not no terms that binds him, and there's no terms that binds him.
Right. Well, I think his complaint is the fact that DAZN and Matchroom, he said the term sheet is not valid unless DAZN and Matchroom pick up the fight. So can you confirm that DAZN and Matchroom are interested and they want to pick up the fight? Because that's his main complaint. What's your take on that? Wow. Wow. We saw that. We saw DAZN, Matchroom, and everything in the term sheet that Gary requested. There is nothing really there to stop Gary Russell from signing the term sheet. Is that fair to say? Hey, listen, it's a bad look on Gary's behalf because he's still talking to Al Heyman and he haven't contacted you guys, even though you guys gave him everything he wanted. So for him to talk to social media and not talk to you guys, but say he's still trying to pursue the fight, he's showing zero commitment on his behalf, on his end.
But I'm saying with Mr. Russell, we don't have no time to be playing. For the people in the chat, I don't send no BS. I'm not playing. You know what I'm saying? Listen, if he doesn't want the offer, you know what I'm saying? He don't want to respond to the offer, then the offer could be in the trash. And I can publicly show the fucking offer then, if that's what he wants to act like, that I did something wrong. Come on, Gary, just respond, do business. Don't assassinate my character inside the media. Don't assassinate Mr. Heyman. Don't assassinate Eddie Hearn, Matchroom, DHP. You know what I mean? It's all about you, bro. It ain't about nobody else. It's about you talking all the shit that you talking, and Devin being actually able to fight the longest reigning champion in the WBC. The most shit talking is fighter in the boxing. But we need to get these two guys in the ring. You know what I mean? Enough talking, enough blaming. Let's stop playing the blame game.
Yeah.
I'm saying this, everything in the terms, anything in the terms was the terms that you publicly said that you wanted. So let's knock it off. I mean, so it's not go ahead.
So if he don't like something in the term sheet, you would think he will contact you guys.
Or
but you haven't heard from him.
Say it over the media. Say it in the media again, and then let's do it. You know, what I'm saying is there's nothing that we haven't did to get this fight with Mr. Russell. It might be time to where it's just time to move on, though.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, like I told you before, it takes two to rumble. So if Gary is refusing to sign, then Devin have to look elsewhere. But can you clear up, what is a term sheet? What's the purpose of a term sheet?
To develop the terms of the deal, to outline the terms of the deal, and then draw up a contract with everything put in there. So if I send over some terms and he doesn't like the terms, then he sends something back saying that what he didn't like about the terms, and then we draw up the contract and get approval. We get approval for what me and him has decided.
Oh, that's why they come out with a lot of reports. Oh, both fighters agreed to the terms before they even announce the fight being official.
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes a whole lot of sense.
Yes, they have to agree to both of the terms. Both fighters need to agree to both terms, and that's the job. as of the promoters and managers and everybody to present the fight to the network to broadcast the event.
Have you spoken to Eddie about this fight and what his take on the Gary Russell fight?
Oh, he loves it. He loves it.
You,
Yeah, he proved it. Yeah, he proved it.
yeah,
He
but
proved
Gary
it.
keep talking about the zone and Matchroom. They not on board.
Where are they not on board at?
That's what Gary keep claiming. So he said today on the live that the reason he's still talking to Al Heyman is because the zone and Matchroom is not on board, which don't make any sense because you will think he will contact you guys. Again, he's talking to Al, but why he talking to Al instead of talking to you guys if Eddie and the zone is the issue?
Listen, what's today's date?
September 17th, Friday. Last Friday is when he officially turned it down to the public, saying that he's done. He tired with it back and forth. Now it's a week after that, so September 17th. Hey, Bill, you coming in with your bills. You ain't playing with him. You got your receipts. That's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, people lie, women lie, numbers don't lie, and you got your numbers. You showing it to the public. When Gary had a couple demands, such as remove the stipulations, you guys always responded in a one-day time span. And it's been a whole week, and it's just a horrible look for Gary Russell to not contact you guys.
The thing about it is, if he doesn't want to fight or he wants to fight, what we must establish is that DHP, along with Matchroom and, of course, Al Heyman, have worked to get Gary in the ring. Now, I always said in the beginning, shout out to Al for even letting the negotiations happen, because Al could have deaded the event and said that it's just not happening. He didn't have to say it was happening. He could have said he has other plans for Gary. He's 126. He could figure out something. He told him, and for that we're grateful, and we're pleased that also with Gamboa, who's with Al, and you know what I mean. Everybody is working together. Everybody is working together. So this narrative about people not working together to make the event happen, or for you guys, is a total lie, falsehood. And somebody said Floyd. I'm saying, why would you say Floyd ain't trying to make the shit happen?
Yeah, that's the hottest excuse out of the oven right now.
Yeah,
that's the hottest excuse. What's your take on that?
That's some bullshit. That's some bullshit. Because even with Tank and Floyd being in the middle of Tank and Dev, you know what I'm saying? He told you what it was. He never said that about Gary. Gary called Floyd all kind of bees and all kind of shit that he called them all out his name and shit. So why you think he gonna keep Devin off your ass? You know, Devin told y'all what the deal was and what was. You got a green light on you, bro. You feel me?
From both Al and Floyd.
You got a target on your back, man. You got a green light. Ain't nobody told to ease up off of you or nothing, bro. You know what I mean? Ain't no Floyd. Don't blame that shit talking about Floyd, talking about ease up. You know what I mean? If anything, Floyd told him to apply the pressure. You did? So don't come back talking about that Floyd don't want to fight. If anything, Floyd told him, you know what I'm saying, fighting, apply the pressure, man. Yeah, that'd be a good fight for you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But Devin told me that, he said it was good. Floyd said it's all good. Now he asked him about Tank, you know what I'm saying? It's a different story. But to say that Floyd is trying to block, shit, if he ain't short on words, if he say the fight ain't happening, or Leonard say they got other plans, they got a plan and they not letting nobody derail the plan. But Gary, you were speaking for yourself. Now you're saying somebody is speaking for you. If somebody was speaking for you, then we wouldn't have spoke to you. You know what I mean? We wouldn't have spoke to you. We thought that you was out here capping like you was the boss. And you just go on to say again that you're a free agent, but you and Al do business. If you and Al do business, then you're not a free agent, my man. Let Al handle the business and then you fight. But if you're a free agent and you talking and Batman are talking, then let's do business. But don't play with us and don't play with the people, man.
Yeah, if you're trying to make the fight, you got to negotiate and you got to go back and forth. He haven't reached out to you guys in a week. So
they're going to keep on saying every day is something, you know what I mean? No, this little shit. What's your email? Oh, I didn't get it. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to call Al. Okay. I'm going to call you back. Man, if you don't just send over something in that thing, scratching something out and writing something in, because if you write something in, we might send that motherfucker back and say it's good. That's what I think that he's really apprehensive about, is writing something that we might accept. But we offered you something. We hope you accept that. But if you write something in, we might accept that too. But it's a two-way street, you know, for Mr. Gary Russell. So I'm just giving an update in response to what his update is. You follow me?
Right.
Yeah, the man holding real money up with capping. You know what I mean? Real money. Motherfuckers got real money, getting real money in the pandemic, and he's capping. You know? You talking about they ain't
Right.
got the money. You don't want somebody to have no money. They ain't got no money. Ain't nobody got no money. That's what you want. That's what the fans really want too. It's Gary Russell fans is there ain't no money. See, I told you it ain't no money. Yeah, I know. That's what y'all don't want it to be. Shout out to the real fighters that people be saying that they get up in there. You know, they got families that's watching, and they get up in there, man. They raise their hand. And maybe they got one loss. Maybe they got two losses. Three. But that's the reason why they got the loss, because they raised their hand. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. And guys that's running around that they protecting they owe and they padding they shit. You feel me? I told you Devin want this shit. And I want y'all to be as excited about him and his effort. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't beat him. You know what I'm saying? We didn't say that, but be excited about his effort to get up in the ring to showcase in front of y'all against a great talent like Gary Russell. No matter what
Yeah.
they say, the fighters say, we know that he's talented, but it's something special about Dev that makes even a guy like Gary Russell pass on him.
Right. So moving forward, all of the complaints by Gary Russell and his fans, the money issue, DAZN and Eddie are not interested.
Yeah, to reaffirm that Matchroom and DAZN have money and interested in the fight with Gary Russell. Period.
And ever since you had a conversation with Gary Russell on the live where you put him in the corner and he dipped out of the live, but before he did so, he did say, I'm going to call you.
Right.
He said, I'm going to call you.
No. Gary Russell has never called me and told me to adjust anything on the term sheet. Never.
Wow. What's your take on Gary Russell possibly fighting for Tuna next? There's rumors of that. What's your take on that?
No, I don't have a take. I'm not concerned. No take. If Gary Russell don't take the fight, I'm just want to say it's a waste of time. It's been a waste of time. Waste of time, man. That's it. And it's been something of an amazing way in which, a groundbreaking way, that this fight was marketed and promoted and then picked up by the mass media, who've picking it up in spots. And I know y'all picking it up because we've gotten requests to do interviews, and we didn't do the interviews purposely because we serve in the smaller platforms the news so it can be picked up, because we believe that, you know, from the bottom to the top, from the top to the bottom, Devin is the shit. And no matter what, you know, we're gonna all work together at promoting this. We're gonna all work together at getting this word out. So nobody is more important. You know what I mean? Everybody is what we're trying to serve. We're trying to bring everybody together. You know,
Right.
black,
So,
white. You know what I mean?
and I appreciate
Protestant,
you.
Jews, Muslims. We want to
Yes,
bring
sir.
everybody together. You know what I'm saying? In this
Everybody down
boxing.
to watch a great fight. Yes, sir. Everybody down to watch a great fight.
Exactly, sir. That's what our hopes are.
And I want to tell you personally, I appreciate you coming through and showing me love every time. And I also want to add, in addition to that, because you always show everybody love. It ain't just new media. It's all media, including some biased media. But what I want to say is some media outlets don't keep it professional all the way because, you know, even old media don't edit things out. You know what I mean? And they did that to you. They're trying to put the narrative out there that Bill is capping. When you just like confirm right now that you behind closed doors, you trying to do your best in order to make this fight. However, Gary Russell, on the other hand, he's been quiet for a whole week, which is a horrible look on his behalf. But the reason I brought the media thing up, because like I said, at the end of the day, people have to stay neutral and state the facts objectively. Because I recall when, somebody had, you and Gary Russell on the live, and when you talk to two bosses at the same time, let the bosses talk to each other. But what this person did, pretty much, he let a middleman come in the middle. However, that's equivalence of me having Floyd Mayweather and Pacquiao on an interview, and I bring Floyd Mayweather Sr., for example, to the conversation. Like, if I already got the bosses talking to each other, why would I bring somebody in the middle? So, like I said before, it's been, a lot of people.
Well, it put on in a very fucked up position, because on one hand he has Gary and Gary's interests, and then on another hand he's reporting to the people, and he don't want to kill his brand. He don't want to kill him off, so he's doing his best to help him. But you got to understand that, you know what I mean, we real live hunters out here. You know what I'm saying? When we see you bleeding and we see that somebody trying to help you, we just get even more. We want to sink our teeth into him even more. You know what I'm saying? It's like he's snatching the food out of my mouth when we're talking and we're having a debate about something that the people want to know. You know what I mean? And then you snatch it out of my mouth. Where it makes me even more hungry.
See, the thing is that what I personally didn't like, because old media, even if old media is biased, they won't edit things out, But like I said, you put Gary in the corner. You asked him the $1 million question we all want the answer for, and Gary disappeared. You say he gonna call you, and he haven't talked to you since, nor contact you. So we just want to know, where is Gary at? Because his fans stay making excuses that Gary is not even making. Like Floyd Mayweather is blocking the fight. Like Al Heyman is stopping the fight. When all these people gave the green light.
Yeah, I don't think they're making excuses. I just think that they standing up. You know what I'm saying? When you done been in the trenches down with a motherfucker for a number of years, you know what I'm saying? They standing up for him. We ain't got no problem with that.
Yes, sir.
We ain't got no problem with the fans. When this shit is over with, we want them to come with us.
Is the DMV with you, or are they still with Gary?
I don't know, man. I don't know. We got a lot of family in the DMV. That shit is starting to. I don't know. I don't know, Mr. Russell.
Yes,
we got
sir,
a lot of people from the DMV calling us.
So let's not make excuses. Let's try to make things happen. But I appreciate every single person that's tuning in. How can Bill Haney do business with Gary Russell directly when Gary Russell is not responding, when he's not picking up the call, when he promised Bill Haney that he gonna call him and he never called him? He's still talking to Al Heyman to this day. You should be making things happen, talking to the zone and Bill Haney. Be adjusting the contract how you want it, instead of talking to Al Heyman to this day. When Al Heyman already gave you the blessing in order to fight Devin Haney on DAZN. So it ain't making sense to me. I don't know what's going on with Team Gary Russell. They better get it together. For the meantime, like I said, Devin Haney, he's only 21 years old. The sky's the limit. The future is still ahead of him.
Hold it, you're not that pretty. I'm a bad man. Wait. I shook up the world. I shook up the world. I shook up the world.
I bear witness, there's only one God, Allah, and Muhammad is his final messenger. That's what I said, Larry, on the Bungle fight. Thanking you.
They call me the problem, but you could call me the can man, because anybody can get it. Africans, Americans, Dominicans, Mexicans, anybody can get it.